The order no one obeyed. Escort him off base. Commander Lucas Rourke's voice carried across the training yard with sharp authority. The handlers responded instantly, issuing recall commands in unison. 50 military working dogs heard the order. Not one of them moved. They didn't bark. They didn't growl. They simply stood still, watching a quiet civilian near the kennel wing. His badge read Daniel Cross. He held a wrench in one hand, posture relaxed, expression unreadable. Rourke believed in discipline above all else. Immediate obedience was not optional. "Recall," a handler repeated. Still nothing. Security stepped forward to remove the civilian. At that exact moment, 4 dogs shifted position together, blocking the path. No aggression, no raised fur, just refusal. The air changed. Rourke had noticed something earlier that morning. The most reactive Malinois on base, flagged high risk after prior handler incidents, had gone completely calm when Cross walked by. Not submissive. Attentive. Rourke approached Cross. "What exactly do you do here?" "Maintenance. Valves, feed lines, broken systems," Cross replied evenly. His file was clean. Too clean. "Remove him," Rourke ordered again. Now nearly 10 dogs had adjusted their stance. Not randomly. Coordinated. Cross didn't speak. Didn't signal. Didn't whistle. He simply stood there. And the dogs chose him. The man the dogs recognized. Cross continued his work that afternoon as if nothing unusual had happened. Fixing drainage systems. Checking water pressure. Quiet. Efficient. But everywhere he walked, the dogs tracked him. Silently. Handler Mason later reported something strange. His dog, Orion, known for stress biting, allowed Cross inside the enclosure without a muzzle. Cross examined an injured paw and wrapped it with professional precision. "Where did you learn that?" Mason asked. "I've worked around dogs," Cross answered. But that wasn't the full truth. During an urban assault drill, a structural panel collapsed, injuring a handler. Before medics arrived, Cross was already there. He gave a brief hand signal. The dog responded instantly. Not confusion. Recognition. That night, Rourke requested expanded clearance on Daniel Cross. The system returned one line. Access restricted, tier black. Someone had sealed that file. And someone else clearly wanted it that way. Rourke realized this was no ordinary contractor. When rank failed, inspection day arrived. Naval operations observers stood along the perimeter as demonstrations began. Detection drills, controlled aggression, obstacle transitions. Then everything shifted. A Malinois mid-attack turned away from the decoy and walked directly toward Cross. The courtyard froze. The dog stopped inches from him. Saturday. Another dog redirected. Then 3 more. Within seconds, nearly half the yard faced Cross. Rourke stormed forward and grabbed Cross by the collar. That's when the dogs moved. Not violently, but decisively. They formed a protective semicircle. A senior official stepped forward slowly. "You shouldn't be here under that name," he said quietly. Silence stretched. Cross finally spoke. "Senior Chief Aaron Vale." The tension snapped into understanding. The dogs hadn't chosen a contractor. They had recognized one of their own. The night that proved it. Just after midnight, perimeter cameras glitched for 6 seconds. That was enough. Before alarms sounded, every dog in the East Wing went still. Listening. Tracking. Vale was being escorted toward a secure bunker when Commander Rourke intercepted him. "Stand down," Rourke ordered. Security moved forward. 4 dogs stepped between them. No commands issued. They simply decided. Moments later, a shadow moved near the server annex. 3 dogs broke formation and intercepted the intruder before he reached the bunker. By sunrise, intelligence confirmed an internal leak and a targeted elimination plan. The dogs had sensed the breach before any sensor. Later that morning, Rourke found Vale near the kennels. "I misjudged you," Rourke admitted. Vale glanced at the dogs settling nearby. "They weren't defending me," he said calmly. "They were defending what was true." From that day forward, a new protocol was added. If multiple K9 units shift posture simultaneously, operations stop immediately. Because sometimes rank gives orders, and sometimes instinct sees the threat first.